in lacking the ability to have the intellect to profile, what they do instead is use the racist filters that exist in their head. Unfortunately, not only do they not have the processing ability to make proper conclusions about who's who and what's what, there's a denial of self in their own subconscious of their self-worth, of their actual worth, of their station in life, and of their ability not to be able to process accurately. So whatever they're thinking about someone is never accurate because of their brain. So literally, they don't have the brain power to make the assessment that they're making. Thereby, their brain goes into filters. And another name for filters is racism, classism, sexism, okay, ageism, whatever it is. All the isms and those sorts of things come from lower processing, which means your brain can't process and figure out anything. Logic is not engaged. Only things they already know that they've been fed, and then that's all they can digest because their brain can't logically conclude possibilities. So not are they unable to think, they're so far from Sherlock Holmes, they can't even figure out what they think is not true. It provides this arrogance wherein they assume what they think must be so. But it's also, you can tell by people who can't do their homework, it's because they can't process another answer as possible. So remember the example that I gave you of the children who kept putting the puzzle piece in the wrong place again and again, not different times doing the puzzle. They would do the puzzle, put it in the wrong place, not be able to complete the puzzle, then take the same piece and put it back where it hadn't fit 10 or 20 times before, and it never occurred to them that it wasn't going to all of a sudden fit, and they couldn't process that they already tried it, so maybe they should try something else. So this is indicative of showing long-term behavior, right? Habitual behaviors, which means at a certain comfort level, they've been doing it so long, they think they have the right to do so. The problem with that is it's against the federal, state, and local laws. And then spiritually, they're inept because they don't have the intuition to tell them that there will be recourse for their action, because what's been allowing them to do it for so long has told them nothing will ever happen to them for doing it. So the world changed, making it so a lot of stuff happens to them for doing it. And they just haven't always caught up yet with the things that it's going to cost them. So this is how, when people are profiling, although they come from people who are always scamming, lying, cheating even out of a dollar, when you walk in, they go over here, follow you. Like, they're not discreet about it because they don't have enough elegance or sophistication to be discreet about it. So they're just blatant. But when you go where they are, it's filthy. There's rats. There's things to show you who they are spiritually.
Are you ready, ma'am? We know there's one at the back checkout.
So when clerks don't act like clerks, they act like racist overseers. And what the overseers were was the first slaves. They were like, think of it like the Snaggletooth in the pirate movie. That's who always thinks they're your better. They literally were the characters who were the snaggle-toothed, dirty, filthy, starving people in the pirate movies. And what happened was somebody brought them to the United States, and that made them the first slaves. But they were weak, not only in mind, but ability for creativity. So they couldn't do the job. They were literally dying in the fields. So they had to bring other people who were stronger, faster, better, and more creative to do the job that the first slaves couldn't handle, who had come from Europe. So they brought some slaves who came from Africa. They didn't free the slaves from Europe, the ones that the Snaggletooth in the pirate movie. They did not let them go. Instead, they gave them a horse and said, sit on this horse, and then you stay in the field for 12 hours a day, sun up till sundown, picking, and instead you watch them and make sure everybody's picking. You'll be the overseer to make sure. They had the same slop of food. They had the same poor living conditions. They had everything the other slaves had except for the ability to be strong enough.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say. Sunshine, she's here, you can take a break. I'm a hot air balloon that could go to space with the air, like I don't care, baby, by the way. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like happiness is the truth. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you know what happiness is to you. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like that's what you want to do.
So as a doctor, I have programmed and reprogrammed the brains of so many humans. I should have my own tribe by now. Oh, oh yeah, I do. I forgot. Join us. Join our tribe. Click down below.